Christoph, for those who have not been fortunate enough to get to know you, could you give us, because I think it'd be kind of silly for me to read this off. There's 4 pages on Wikipedia. It's totally impressive.
But I would be interested because I've never read my Wikipedia entry. I don't know what is
it's
written
in English,
down there.
It's in English and in German. Just let's do it organically and authentically. Tell us where you're from and tell us a little bit of what we call our passion journey. That's how most of our guests introduce ourselves. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Christoph, and I was born in Austria, in Styria. About 42 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And when I finished school, I went to university, mm-hmm. and I had the hobby at that time to ride my bike just mm-hmm. on weekends or just for, I don't know, uphill for a little mountain ride. And I was like reading and watching TV reports about race across America, and this was so an exciting race for me. You ride the bike from the western to the eastern coast of the USA, and it was very popular in Austria because we had successful people doing the race. Like I think it's in the meantime it's more popular in Austria than in America.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I think a lot of Americans have heard of it. I think there's actually a movie on it, but it seems it's such a extreme sounding thing that most people are not familiar with it on an ongoing basis.
Yeah, that's true. And I was just thinking, maybe when I'm grown up, I want to try this because this just sounds amazing. But of course, I wasn't a cyclist at that time. So I began to ride my bike more often. I began to train. I did my first 24-hour race where I was really very, very bad. You have to know that the 24-hour races, there is a loop. You have to ride the loop as often as possible. How long is this? How big is it? Outdoor though, right? Yeah, it's depending. In this case, it was, I think, 4 kilometers, mm-hmm. but there are bigger loops like 20, 30 mm-hmm. kilometers in other races. Mm-hmm. But the main idea is you're on a loop track, you're riding as many laps as possible. Mm-hmm. And if you want to stop, you can stop and take a break and take mm-hmm. a sleep or something. And I was riding a few laps. I was sleeping for 8 hours and continuing on the next day. But I was like witnessing that other people are able to ride 24 hours without ever stopping, without getting off the bike. And this was really amazing just to see. And so from this experience on, I decided that in the next year, I should get a better bike, a better equipment. I should start with training. And so, yeah, from one year to the other year, I increased my amounts of riding. And 7 years later, I was on the Race Across America starting line for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did the qualification and I got my first sponsors because it's a very expensive race. You have 11 people on your support crew, mm-hmm. 3 cars. Of course, you need flight tickets, you need rental cars, you need a lot of money for all the equipment and all the traveling costs and mm-hmm. that stuff. And of course, you cannot really pay for it because it's just too much. And so some sponsors are needed.
Mm-hmm. Where did you, I mean, this is a lot of information that you had to know beforehand. Where did you get this from people that you talked to, or how did you get the knowledge to, because I mean, our community is about project management, and part what project management is going into new endeavors, partly without having a clue on how to do it.
Yeah.
So where did you get the information to?
Of course, I was, I think I am a fast learner, mm-hmm. and I was just trying to talk to people who have already done this, mm-hmm. and I read
think
books and watch videos.
Two Austrians before you have won the Race Across America.
Yeah.
Were these people that you could talk to, or?
Yes, I could. Yeah. One of these people, Franz Spielauer, was mm-hmm. the first European ever to win Race Across America. Mm-hmm. And now when he retired from riding and from racing, he had a big sports business. Mm-hmm. So he was one of my first sponsors.
Okay.
I got like 400 euros in free sports nutrition.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other one was Wolfgang Fasching. He was 3-time winner of the race, and he was really like a friend. He told mm-hmm. me a lot of things and helped me and encouraged me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was very, very helpful. Even if everybody has to find his own way. So if you're talking about project management, I think every project has its own concept and its own strategy, but just the fact that a popular cyclist was talking to me and spending his time with me, that gave me just a mental boost, even if I had to find my own way afterwards.
So it started off with a crazy vision, kind of a childhood vision of what to